flow state and how can you get into it. Basically a feeling or a kind of an emotion or right situation. You feel completely synchronized with whatever you are doing. Like you feel like you're in complete understanding of what you need to do and what you're doing, and it's a very good feeling. And I have dabbled in and out of the flow state for some time. I haven't really had the complete control of choosing when to get into the flow state, but more so it's just happened when, you know, I'm doing something and I feel really good about doing that, and the action which I'm doing just gets amplified, and as a result I really notice my output being greatly increased. Now this has happened several times where, like, for example, I would be revising or studying a specific topic. I don't know, just out of nowhere, like I'm doing this constantly and I feel really good about doing it, and then I start to really understand the subject really quickly, and I can, you know, perform questions, like I can do the questions specifically on that subject. What it is just basically like, you know, you're in complete control of what you're doing and just everything around you aligns, and because of that, the confidence inside, I don't know, it's just heightened. And because your confidence is heightened, all of a sudden you start performing. It's a very good feeling. And over the kind of year or year and a half, I've tried different kind of ways. I've researched on how you can get into the flow state intentionally, because that was the real issue that I was having, was being intentional with getting into the flow state and staying there. And after like doing a lot of research and understanding in this topic, I think what's helped me the most is basically it's all about self-awareness, understanding how certain things in your environment actually affect your feeling, your mood, and your drive towards doing that certain action. Now, for example, when you have a good start to the day, or when you have a nice morning routine that you've created for yourself, and then it really sets up for your whole day, and then you've got a nice routine for that whole day and then for the whole week, whatever, it's really good. But there could be elements in that routine where it's actually kind of holding you back, and you don't really realize it until you start to acknowledge it, because maybe deep down you realize it, but you haven't really acknowledged it. You haven't taken action, and you haven't taken action towards trying to improve on it. Now, one of the biggest factors, in my opinion, is just limiting or just being aware of your usage of your phone, of social media, and just understanding, are you using it way too much? For example, are you scrolling over hours than you really should be? And is that something that is really limiting your productivity and just your concentration and your focus towards doing a specific thing? If so, and if you really do understand it, that is one area that you should focus on. Now, it might not be social media, it could be something like the lack of something. So for example, are you always tired? Is there a way to get your energy levels up? Is that a reason because you're not going and doing some exercise? It could be just light walking, it could be going to the gym, it could be picking up a sport, trialing that and seeing if that improves your energy levels. Obviously another thing would be diet. Are you eating the right nutrients? Are you getting enough sleep? I think it's just all about internalizing everything. I think over time you start to understand, oh, you know what, I've done this and it's affected me this way, and that's great. Or I'm doing this but it's affecting me this way, it's not too good. Let me start to, find an alternative way of handling this. And then you find that alternative way of handling it, and your life is marginally improved. And over time this kind of compounds, where you start slipping into or entering the flow state a lot easier, a lot quicker. I mean, that's something that I've really started to kind of notice about myself. Like, for example, sometimes I would realize that, you know, I'm not doing the most productive thing for me at the moment. And one question that I always like to ask myself is, would me, or would you actually be happy, your future self be happy with the current action you're doing right now? And if that answer is yes, well then keep doing it, you know, keep doing more of it, understanding how you could, you know, spend more time doing it. That's good. But if no, if it's a specific action or habit that you know, that you deep down you know, and that you can take some sort of accountability to improve on, it's something that you can start to put into practice and hopefully see some change. But that's what it is. I just think entering the flow state is really and truly about understanding yourself, you know, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you can navigate around them to really become the best version of yourself. And I know this phrase is really thrown around a lot, and you know, it's very cliche, and I used to think the same, really, honestly. When someone says be the best version of yourself, it's almost kind of cringe, but it's actually very true. Like, people say be the best version of yourself, but how do you become the best version of yourself? And I think it's genuinely about self-awareness. It's something that over time, as you develop it, it just has a profound effect on your life, because you start to understand things. You know, if you're in a certain situation, sometimes you're just there, you're like, oh, you know what, it's fine, I'll just stick it out. But maybe you have the opportunity to just not do that activity, or to step away, or leave that situation. And just, once you've done it, once you've left, this has happened to me a lot. Like, sometimes I'm there, like I'm in a situation that I know that I don't want to be in, that I know that I really shouldn't be in. So I just get up and leave. And before, like, one of the big factors that was affecting that was just me thinking, man, like I knew I wanted to leave, but I didn't leave. You know, those things, really. And it's just, you know, understanding how you react to certain things. Maybe someone said something, how you react to that, or it's just a way, maybe starting to see how you think in certain scenarios, kind of reflecting and reevaluating and just learning about yourself I think is the way where you can start to enter the flow state. And it's really helped myself. But if you've got any tips as well, put it down below, because we're in this journey and I'm on a walk. Yeah, I know, I'm not in my car at the moment, but I'm actually just pretty much enjoying the summer. Low-key summer is starting, you know, we're just exiting spring, so I'm pretty happy. So I'll do a lot more like just chill outside content, t-shirt weather when it gets to that stage. But I'll see you in the next one.